Okay. This just in. The metaphoric countdown to doomsday has closed to 90 seconds till midnight this January. The Bulletin of Atomic Scientists Board of Science and Security stated their change of time was largely, though not exclusively, due to the war in Ukraine. The board decides the time of the clock every January, and this is the first evaluation since the newly erupted war in Europe, which has caused millions of refugees to flood out of the country. The clock has caused stirs in the past, most recently the move to 100 seconds until midnight in early 2020. This was due to the first time ever the clock had been counting seconds rather than minutes. The scientists behind the clock state that it is a warning for the perils of humanity, but comes off as a cruel joke from the lack of reaction from the layman simply reading the time to their demise. With the new change in time, former UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Mary Robinson stated, "The doomsday clock is sounding an alarm for the whole of humanity. We are on the brink of a precipice, but our leaders are not acting at sufficient speed or scale to secure a peaceful and livable planet." Along with this news, Russian Vladimir Putin deployed a threat of nuclear use as well as a statement of refusal for anything besides a Russian victory in Ukraine. Now, moving on to John.
Yeah, sure. Before I jump into the local weather, there's a quick story about the recent floods in California that I'd like to go over. With 50 or more inches of water accumulating and destroying neighborhoods on the west coast, the Sierra Nevada getting an average of 35 inches of water, it's crazy. It's insane. We'll keep you updated as we get more information about this horrible thing that's going on. Anyway, the local weather, it's going to be a chilly week with the lows in the single to low double digits and the highs being in the mid-50s. The temperature does increase on the latter half of the weekend. It's still going to be a relatively chilly week. I would recommend bundling up, especially in the morning and later in the afternoon at night. And I'm going to shoot you off back over the Mr. Oscar Koslow.
Hello, and welcome to our next story of the night. From Omaha, Nebraska, school resource officer has personalized chokeslam for every student. In an effort to provide each student with specialized attention, local school resource officer Tony Wall confirmed Tuesday that he had a personalized chokeslam for every student at Benson Magnet High School. "They love it," said Wall, pounding a fist into an open hand as he waited at the door for the line of students to enter the school, where he would greet every child independently with a series of wall-ups and beatings tailored to each individual's personal weaknesses. "I like to start the day by shaking, throttling, or punching each kid in a distinctive manner, to let them know they're all unique in the ways that they're little pieces of shit." Despite the school having more than 1,500 students, no two are tased in the same place, for instance because their vulnerable points are not one size fits all. Each child's windpipe has a different shape, and these differences should be celebrated with a customized grip. "We authority figures have a duty to dehumanize every student in a way that reflects their special shortcomings." At press time, Wall had been criticized for mixing up the designated choke slams of the only two Asian students at the school.
For the first time since Week 7 of the 2018 season, the Kansas City Chiefs have defeated the Bengals in the AFC Championship to advance to Super Bowl 57. This will be the third Super Bowl appearance for the Chiefs in 5 years. The Chiefs won in the final seconds of the game after Patrick Mahomes scrambled for a first down, putting the team in position for a field goal. The Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker kicked the 45-yard field goal to seal the game. Moving on to local sports, Chargers wrestling has had a great season, and the boys basketball team moves on to 5-9 with a win over Iola this week. The Chargers boys basketball also has another game against Prairie View tonight, and the Lady Chargers also have a game tonight against Prairie View. Winter Royalty King and Queen will be shown tonight at the game, and the King and Queen candidates are Kipper Spoonmore, Preston Coger, Cody Black, and Brody Gleason. The Queen candidates are Ella Huizinga, Olivia Trolson, Sierra Dempsey, and Kendall and Bancamp. Make sure to come on out and support the team.
Thank you, John, for that stunning report. California has suffered through a disturbing surge of mass shootings in the past week, the first of which happened in the northern mushroom farms, most likely stemming from a grievance in the workplace, with 18 fatalities in the brutal back-to-back shootings, with 7 killed on Monday and 11 Saturday. It seems that both attackers were of retirement age, far older than the standard attackers of this magnitude. Authorities said the two men, Hu Ken Tran, 72, and Chun Li Zhao, 66, each used a semi-automatic pistol. The victims of both attacks came from immigrant communities. Tran fired on ballroom dancers celebrating the Lunar New Year in Monterey Park near Los Angeles, and Zhao sprayed bullets at farm workers of Hispanic and Asian origins 380 miles north of Half Moon Bay. Tran tried to attack a second dance studio on Saturday night, but was disarmed without firing a single shot in a struggle with the club's operator. The next morning, he shot himself to death in the driver's seat of his getaway vehicle as the police closed in. Zhao was arrested on Monday evening outside a sheriff's station where authorities said he had driven shortly after the Half Moon Bay shootings, apparently to surrender. As of Tuesday, authorities said they have yet to determine precisely what sparked either shooting. Circumstances surrounding the Half Moon Bay carnage point to some type of work-related disgruntlement, officials said. With this all too common news, it seems it's on to you, Alora.
How are you?
Oh. Hi.
Okay, so what is your personal opinion about the break-in incident?
I think he was a crackhead and he should quit the stuff, the bad stuff, and he should
Okay. And where were you at the time?
when it was going on, I was sleeping. I was dreaming about, I don't know, something. I was asleep.
Cool. And did this affect you any way?
Yeah, I was in Mr. Terry's class, film appreciation. I was just there for a really long time, watching stuff with my buddy.
Wasn't fun, was it?
No. It was boring.
Okay, well, thank you. That's all the time for today. Hi, what's your name?
Andrew Sprague.
What is your personal opinion about the break-in?
Well, a guy broke in through the kitchen. I think he shimmied a door frame and broke in through the kitchen. I don't remember what day it was, but early or late would have been Wednesday night before the break-in, which happened on, or before school got let on that Thursday, that following Thursday.
Where were you at the time?
I came in to work out in the basement around 5:45 in the morning. When I came in, he was in the adjacent, or I guess the parallel hall, and I didn't know he was here. I went and got water. I heard something, and I turned around, and I saw Lucretia, the janitor, and she flicked the lights on, and we see on camera that the lights spooked him, and he ran out the front door. So.
And did this affect you in any way?
A little bit, because a lot of the staff members, I mean, at first it didn't really hit me, but a lot of the staff members mentioned to me that I was within a couple minutes of running into him. So that bothered me a little bit, because I don't know how I would have reacted. I don't know if I would have just, because I'm a new teacher, so I don't know if I would have just waved at the guy and walked by. I don't know if I would have panicked. I don't know if I would have froze. It's hard to say. So that was a little concerning. Look at the cameras, you can see that basically all staff members that were in the building were only a couple minutes of running into him at any given time. So.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Now switching on to whoever's next.
Thank you. Now, so we finally have some good news.
We do.
Kansas City, Kansas School District drops the idea of adding cameras to classroom. The district removed the issue from the agenda for Tuesday night's Board of Education meeting. According to the information, the KCK Public Schools website, more than 2,700 parents, teachers, and employees in the community responded to a survey on the issue following the community forums regarding the proposal. However, the issue of cameras inside school buildings is moving forward. According to the school district, 90% of the people who responded to the plan are comfortable with having cameras in the common areas of the school buildings. That includes hallways, foyers, vestibules, and other learning spaces. The school district says it plans to explore that idea and see how much adding cameras in those areas of schools would cost. The information on the updated plan will be presented to the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education during a meeting in March. The proposal to install cameras in every classroom was expected to cost nearly $7 million. The school district says that the KCAV classroom cameras would help with student absences for virtual learning and provide students access to highly qualified teachers during a nationwide educator shortage. Some teachers against the plan said the cameras would put them under constant scrutiny. Now, with all of this news coming away, all I can say is thank you for coming into this week's Santa Fe Trail Cougars broadcast.
Hey.